Hey, everybody, this is Jeffrey Powers for Podcast Madness over at www.podcastmadness.com. We've got the Summer of Podcast 2 contest underway. It started on June 1st. We gave out the first batch of codes to all the podcasters that are participating. Of course, if you are a podcaster, a videocaster, you can still sign up. It is a sign up all summer. You have until September 1st to actually sign up for the contest. But of course, you can sign up and be a part of this. What is the Summer Podcast 2 contest? Well, we ran it last year. We got a whole bunch of podcasters involved. They all got codes. They told those codes. They conveyed those codes during their shows at a given week, and people would go over to podcastmadness.com. They would go to this form, which you see on the right side here, and they'd enter in their name, their email, and the code, and that would get them into the contest. This year, we've got it expanded. First of all, we're going from June 1st to September 30th, and there's a good reason why. We will cover that in a minute here. Second of all, we've got an extra part here. Out of all the podcasts, which one do you think is the best produced? We're also going to talk about that in a couple minutes. But right now, we're going to talk about our sponsors. We got a lot of great sponsors here. We're going to talk about the podcasters that are involved and a little bit about what's going on. First of all, like I said, you listen to their show. They give out a code. You go over to podcastmadness.com. You enter in your name. You enter in your email. You enter in the code word. It's as easy as that. And you have entered in one code word per email. Of course, there's going to be, right now we have 31 participating shows, so you'll have a chance to put up 31 codes per email address. And of course, once that increases, you'll have more opportunities to win. So you'll have 1 in 31 or 31 chances to win a prize or more than one prize. Last year's winner actually won 2 prizes during the Summer Podcast contest. Who are the podcasters that are involved? Well, I'm going to tell you something. They're not all tech podcasts. For instance, Cleveland Sports Radio podcast is going to be part of the Summer of Podcast contest. We've got Bitnapping TV. We've got Cross Driven Radio, CS TechCast, The Day in Tech History, Flash Past, Geek of the North, Geek Tech Live, Geekazine, Indie Radio Chattanooga, Jesus Geek, Kevin Oblast Radio, Meet the Talkers. We've got Midwest Wasteland. We got Mike Dell's World. We've got Mike Tech Show, Mobilocity.net Radio, Moxie Mo Show. We've got the Tech Rage News. We've got SDR News. We've got Sports Unleashed. We've got Technorama. We've got the Caffeination Podcast, the Force Field, the iPad Show, the Practical Amateur Radio Podcast, the Spirit Blade Underground Podcast, Totally Cool Tech Podcast, Video Game News Radio, Waves of Tech, and What Now Tech Netcast. And like I said, not all of these are tech shows. Some of them are different shows. One sports show, and I know the upcoming is a music podcast is going to be part on it. I believe the Sunspot Music podcast, which is great. Now let's talk a little bit about the sponsors. We're going to start over at Mozy.com. Great place to back up your life, your pictures, your files, your documents. They've got a great, if you go over to Mozy.com, you can check it out. You can do 2 gigabytes of free backup space to sign up and make sure that it's worth it for you. But you get Mozy Home Unlimited, $4.95 a month, price of a hard drive per year. And, of course, you'll be able to store all your music, your photos, and other files up on their unlimited upload. And that's great. We're going to give you 10% off if you use the code GEEK. Geek will get you 10% off on the Mozy Home connection. It's over at Mozy.com. Telestream has got the program Wirecast, which is the program I'm using right now to record this show. Of course, I can connect up to multiple webcams to this and turn it into a live production system. Through a Mac, through a PC. They've got a new version coming up very soon, Wirecast. Right now, their base price, $449. But if you're into video casting, you might want to check this out. It's over at telestream.net. Stitcher is a way to listen to your favorite podcasts on your iPhone, on your BlackBerry, on your Palm Pre, on your Google Android, and coming very, very soon, Ford systems on the Microsoft Sync system. You can listen to the shows like Geekazine, like Totally Cool Tech, like SDR News. They even set up a channel for all the Summer of Podcast 2 contests. So go over to Podcast Madness, you'll click on the link, and you'll get to this landing page, and then you can sign up, put in your phone number, and you'll get the mobile app downloaded to you, and you can start listening to your favorite podcasts over at Stitcher.com. Verbatim has got a lot of great storage media. Of course, they're giving us nice thumb drives the Store and Go thumb drives, which you will be able to hook up to your tough and tiny USB drives, which you'll be able to hook up to your keychain and use for storage of files. Of course, they have USB drives, and they've got a couple great prizes they're going to be giving us for the contest. Iolo and their System Mechanic 9, you can fix your errors, your crashes, your freezes. You can boost your Windows speeds up to 800% and clean up your system clogged clutter. It's the #1 best-selling PC tune-up software. 70 million PCs cannot be wrong. That's over at iolo.com. And, of course, you can go over and click on over to Podcast Madness, click on that, and you can check out more about System Mechanic. Epson has a lot of great printers. Of course, I've talked about the Epson 710 and the Artisan 810. They're going to be giving away a nice little printer for this contest. So this is another one of the great prizes over at Epson. Of course, sponsorship can also be monetary. And if you want to become a sponsor, all you have to do is let me know. $50 or more, and of course that covers my cost for shipping, for getting all this together. SDR News is one of those great sponsors. Andy McCaskey has redone his SDR Newsroom and coming out with some great video over at sdrnews.com, so check that out. And of course, Totally Cool Tech Podcast, Norbert Davis, Cool Tech Podcast, all the cool tech around, including USB drives and gummy bears and golf balls and stuff like that. You can go over to TCT Podcast or totallycooltech.com and check out his website. And, of course, Blog World Expo. The reason why we expanded this to September 30th. Blog World New Media Expo is October 14th through the 16th. You will be able to attend. It's over at Mandalay Bay. You can get your tickets now. How do you get your tickets? Well, go over to podcastmadness.com. Choose the link, and, of course, register from there. That helps me and helps the Summer Podcast Contest continue. Now, the best part about this, Blog World New Media Expo, we are going to get a panel together. The question that I have over on Podcast Madness, out of all the podcasts, which one you think is the best produced? If you can choose, and, of course, every time you enter, you can choose again your favorite podcast out of the list of podcasts that are down there. The top 5 will be put into a drawing, and the drawing will be figured out by panelists, and we're trying to figure out the best produced show. So we're going to get a panelist of experts together, and they're going to analyze each and every show, whether it be a podcast or videocast. They'll be judged on certain criteria, and they will comment on what they need to change, what they need to add, what they need to subtract, so on and so forth. And then the top person from there is going to win a great prize. So, and this is all going to happen at Blog World New Media Expo, where your podcast can be critiqued. So that is, it's amazing. It's amazing. I thank Blog World New Media Expo for this opportunity. We haven't gotten the panel together, but it's going to be pretty big. It's going to be pretty big. So check that out, blogworldnewmediaexpo.com. Of course, if you want to Twitter, all you have to do is go to twitter.com/Podcast Madness. That'll get you to the Podcast Madness Twitter page. The hashtag is SOP2 or SOPII. And, of course, the bit link is bit.ly/podmad. So go over there. Podcast Madness is the Twitter. www.podcastmadness.com. Of course, that'll give you all the information from there. That's it for now. My name is Jeffrey Powers. Go over it. It's time to put in those codes. Go check out the shows. They're going to give you the codes. Go over to the form, put in your name, put in your email, and put in the code word, and we will get you some more codes very shortly. Each show is going to have a week and where they're going to talk about their codes. So check it out, and then go over there, podcastmadness.com. We will see you at the Summer of Podcast Contest. My name is Jeffrey Powers. Take care.